Hi, everyone, and good evening. I am immigration attorney Yael. And I hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone had a good week and everyone is feeling safe and healthy. Thank you for joining us today. Today, I am going to answer your immigration questions as I do every Thursday. It's a great opportunity for you if you have any questions about U.S. immigration, if you are thinking of filing a case, or maybe you already have a case pending and you have questions, then I am here to answer them. Like I said, my name is Yael, immigration attorney, and our firm is located in Southern California. However, we represent clients from all over the United States and throughout the world in immigration matters. We only practice immigration, meaning we do not take any other cases. We specialize in immigration. If you have any questions today, feel free to send them to me, write them in the comments, and I will try to get to them as we go. If I don't get to your question today, then I promise to respond later. Okay, so if you're also watching the recording of this, you can go ahead and write your question, and I will respond when we see it. Just a quick note that everything I say today is general information. So it is not legal advice. If you are interested in receiving legal advice for your case, please reach out to us. Our number is kind of going on the screen, so you can call and schedule a consultation with me. I will review your case and give you the best advice. So today we're going to review some of the questions that you guys sent us this week, and thank you for sending us your questions. I'll just dive in. And again, if you are watching this live and you have some questions, feel free to write them in the comments, okay? Okay, let's see what we got. What are the requirements for the fiancé visa? Okay, this is a great question. The fiancé visa, just to give a little bit of a background what it is, the fiancé visa is a special visa that is available for fiancés of U.S. citizens. And if you receive a fiancé visa, you will be given a 90-day visa for the purpose of entering the United States to marry your U.S. citizen petitioner. And then you're able to apply for your green card. You're eligible to do that once you're here. So what are the requirements of the fiancé visa? Well, first of all, you have to have a U.S. citizen petitioner. You and your fiancé must be legally allowed to get married, meaning you're not already married to someone else, or maybe if you were married to someone else, then you have to show that your marriage has been terminated. You have an official divorce decree, or if there's a death certificate or an annulment. Okay. You have to show that you have a bona fide relationship, meaning that you are really fiancés, you are intending to get married. This is where we send pictures and proof of correspondence between the two. If you or any other evidence it's available. And finally, you have to show that you have met physically, meaning in person, at least once in the last 2 years. Okay, so those are the general requirements for the fiancé visa. And if you meet those requirements, you are absolutely able to file for it. There are some exceptions about the physical presence, the physical meaning and physical part, but those are pretty narrow. Okay, so those are the requirements for the fiancé visa. Awesome. Again, if you have, for the person that said this question, if you do want to have a personalized consultation with me, please reach out. I'd love to talk to you about your case specifically. Okay, let's jump into another question. No, we are live right now on Facebook and on YouTube. So I'm just checking both places. Okay. How long does it take to petition my wife if I am a resident? Okay, so if you've been following me for a while, the question, how long does something take, is always really hard to answer because it is hard to give an accurate estimate of time. In this case, it's a petition, a marriage-based petition of the petitioner is a resident. So if the petitioner is a resident, it is a little bit different than if the petitioner is a citizen, okay? Because if the petitioner is a resident, then the petition is subject to the visa bulletin and to a quota of green cards that are available each year. Per category of petition. So right now, the petition by a green card holder for their wife can take a little bit longer, and it really depends on if you are here in the United States or if you're abroad. If you're here in the United States, then relatively quickly you can file for your green card. You can get a work permit, and you can be here waiting for the green card. But it right now is taking a few years to get that official green card. If you're abroad, then you will only be able to apply once the green card is, or the visa is available. Okay, so to answer the question, how long does it petition my wife? Does it take to petition? It can take a couple of years right now for a green card holder petitioning their wife. Okay, but this is subject to change, and it's something that you should check on a regular basis. Okay. Perfect. If you are just joining right now and if you have any questions, feel free to write them in the comments. I will try to get to them as we go. Okay. Also, if you're watching the recording, feel free to write your comments still. Okay. Even if you're not watching it live. Okay. Jumping into the next question, can I come to the US as a student and then change my status to a green card based on marriage? Okay, so if you're here in the United States and you came in with a student visa, with an F1 visa, and you get married to a US citizen, then you can apply to adjust your status. Generally speaking, okay? Generally speaking, you are eligible to apply for adjustment of status to apply for your green card here in the United States. Okay, that's if you're married to a US citizen. If you are married to a lawful permanent resident, there's some more requirements, like I just mentioned in the last question. For example, you must show that you are maintaining your student status, and then you have to have a green card available for you, right? And with the category of green card holders petitioning for their spouses, right now it is not current, so there is a wait there. Okay, so generally speaking, to answer this question, the answer is yes. Generally, if you came in legally and you're with a legal status, with a visa, and you get married, your spouse is a U.S. citizen, you can apply for the green card here in the U.S. Okay. Wonderful. Let's see. I am jumping to the questions. We received really good questions this week. So I want to pick the ones that I feel would be the best for the most people. Let's see. Okay. This one says, I came in illegally and now I'm married to a US citizen. Can I get the green card that way? Okay, so this is a really good question and actually a common question that we do get a lot. We see a lot of people come to consultations with this kind of a fact pattern, right? This is what's going on with them. So it really depends, right? I'm assuming that you only came one time, so we really need to confirm your immigration history. If you came in one time and you are now married to a US citizen, generally speaking, you can proceed with a green card case. Okay. Now, the general rule says that you can only apply for the green card in the United States if you came legally with a visa. Okay. So generally, if you did not come legally with a visa, you need to go back to your home country for the process, okay, to have that legal entry. However, there are exceptions to that rule. So there are cases where people, even though they came in illegally, they can still file for the green card in the United States. So this is a great example where I really recommend consulting with an immigration attorney to see if you might qualify for an exception to the rule. Because the general rule says that you can get your green card if you're married to a U.S. citizen and you meet the other general requirements, but you can't do it in the United States if you don't have a legal entry. So please reach out. I would love to talk to you. Whoever sent this question, I would love to talk to you and have a consultation for your case. Okay. Um, let's see. Okay, I see Emmanuel. Thank you for your question. I see it's pretty long. Let me review it real quick and see if I can answer it for you. Uh, okay, so from what I am understanding, you're on DACA and you want to know if you can go on a cruise. Is that correct? Is the cruise going to leave the US? That is going to leave the United States. So my recommendation is no, you cannot do it unless you have what's called advanced parole. Advanced for parole for DACA is a special permission that can allow you to travel. However, you need to receive it in advance. Now, employment purposes could be a reason why immigration might grant you advanced parole. So I recommend contacting us to see if this is something that would work. But definitely, I would not listen to anyone that's not a licensed immigration attorney, especially if if the advice is about leaving the United States when you're on DACA. Okay, you have a lot on the line here. Okay, so if you want to reach out to us, our number is here on the screen, and I'd love to have a personal one-on-one consultation with you, and I can explain everything in depth. But just in general, I would not travel without advance parole. Okay, and thank you for the question. I hope that helped. Let me know if that if that was helpful. Okay. I have a question here from Mayu from Myanmar, and you live in Israel. And how can I apply for immigration and asylum? Okay. Well, first of all, I hope you're safe. I know the situation right now in Israel very, very well from up close, and I'm following the news, of course, and the situation is really scary. If you're asking if you can apply for asylum based on what's going on in Israel, I think the answer is no, because it doesn't meet the requirements of asylum. If you have another basis to ask for asylum based on your home country, then that's something else. That's a different situation. If you want, you can reach out to us for a consultation so that we can discuss your case one-on-one, and you can give me a little bit more information. But it's my opinion that the situation in Israel would not qualify for asylum because it does not meet the requirements of asylum or refugee. Basically, when you're asylum, when you're outside of the country, is called refugee status. Okay. Okay, you're welcome, Emmanuel. I'm so happy it was helpful. Okay, let's pick some more questions. Okay, this is a long one. Let me read it. I'm from Colombia, currently here on an F1 visa. I'm about to marry my US citizen boyfriend, and then he will petition for me. Can I travel while I'm waiting for my green card? Okay, so this is a really good and important question, right? Because travel is a big thing and it's a big factor for a lot of people. So the question basically says, if I have a green card case pending here in the United States, can I travel while I'm waiting for my case? So you can, but you have to wait to reach a specific milestone in your case. So if you file for your green card in the United States, if you file for something called adjustment of status, which you might be eligible for because you've entered legally and you're marrying a US citizen, and you file for your case and then you leave the United States, before you reach a certain milestone in your case, then immigration will think that you have abandoned your case and they will deny it. Okay, so you can apply for a travel document, what's called advanced parole, and this will allow you to travel while your case is pending without risking your abandoning your case. But this takes several months, so you have to wait first to get the travel document, and then you can travel. And these are things that are really crucial to know. You don't want to waste a lot of time and money on a case that will be denied, and you'll have difficulties re-entering again with an F1 visa after you applied for a green card. Okay, so important. Please contact an immigration attorney before you travel if you're not sure about traveling. Okay. Okay. If you guys are watching, joining now, thank you so much for joining us. If you have any questions, I'm gonna answer a few more. So feel free to write your questions here in the comments, and I'll try to answer them as we go. Okay. Okay, this question is, I have my green card interview next month. Should I hire an attorney to come with me, or does that look suspicious? Suspicious. Okay. I have received this question in different variations multiple times in the past. And I don't know why there's an idea out there that if you bring an attorney with you, then it's like it's suspicious, or like you have something to hide because why are you bringing an attorney? I completely disagree with this. I don't think that there's anything suspicious with having an attorney with you at an interview. I think the opposite. I think that shows that you're serious about the process, that you have invested in the process because you've hired an attorney. You want to do everything by the book. You take this seriously. You want to do it correctly. You want to set yourself up for success. It does not mean at all that you're hiding anything. In fact, if you're hiding something, then an attorney probably will find out, and an attorney will not represent you if there's something going on in your case that is suspicious, right? If you're hiding something or something's not genuine, um, I don't want to speak for all the attorneys, but I can speak for myself that I would not represent someone if I think that something's not legit, right? So someone's not being honest or genuine. So I don't think that it looks suspicious at all. And my recommendation is always to be represented. It really sets you up for success, and it really increases your chances for approval. You know, when you go to an interview, an attorney is the only person that can come with you, right, to your interview. And if you have an attorney there, then there's someone that's witnessing what's going on, that's taking notes, that knows exactly what questions should be asked or not, that can interfere and advocate for you if you need. Really, it's so beneficial to have an attorney, right? If you don't have an attorney there, then whatever the officer said happened is what happened, right? So I could not recommend it more. I know I'm not objective because I am an attorney, but I've seen so many cases gone south when clients or people just filed by themselves for cases. So to this question, I think you should hire an attorney, and I do not think it looks suspicious. Manuel is asking, can advanced parole eventually lead you to a green card? So advanced parole does not lead you to a green card, but advanced parole does something really beneficial for a green card. So for someone that does not have a legal entry, if they have advanced parole, that advanced parole serves as a legal entry because immigration is paroling you in, they're stamping your passport, and they're giving you that legal entry. So if down the road you get married to a US citizen, you fall in love, you find the love of your life, and you want to get married, then now you have a US citizen to petition you plus a legal entry. And those two mean that you can apply for the green card in the United States. So advanced parole is very recommended, in my opinion, for anyone on DACA. Even though they won't help them right now, it could help them down the road. Okay. Okay. Let me answer a couple more. Let me do one more question, okay, guys? Let's see. Okay, my dad has a green card, but he has been outside of the United States for almost a year. Will he have problems entering the United States? Okay, so also a common question. Um, what happens if you leave the United States, you're a lawful permanent resident, and you leave the United States for a long time? So why does this even come up? Because when you're a lawful permanent resident, when you have a green card, you are obligated, as long as you're a resident, to reside in the United States. And if you reside in a different country, then immigration can say that you have abandoned your residency, and they can take your green card eventually. Um, So really, you want to show that you're living in the United States. Now, if you leave the United States for a long time, for prolonged time, for you know a year or more, then there is a very high suspicion that maybe you're actually living somewhere else, right? Because usually, if you go for a visit, you don't go for a year, right? You go for a month, you go for 2 months, maybe like the most, right? If you're living somewhere, you maybe go to other places for visits, but you always come back to the US. This is where you live, this is where you work, this is where your home is. Um, so if someone has left for a long time, when they come back and try to enter again with their green card, they might be asked questions by Customs and Border, by the immigration officers. Usually, questions you can trigger after you've left for more than 6 months. However, usually if you have left for less than 1 year and you have a reason, meaning you can explain why you've been gone for so long, paired with showing your strong ties to the United States, then usually you should be fine. Okay. However, if you have left for more than 1 year and it's extensive trips abroad, then you could have some issues. So it's really, really a good idea to talk to a professional immigration attorney to get the best advice for your case if that's your situation. Okay. And you can reach out to us. Our phone number is here, 714-794-9366. If you want to schedule a consultation, you can call us, you can text us, and we'll be there for you to schedule the appointment. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Well, guys, I am going to wrap up for today. Thank you so much for everyone that joined today. I hope everyone has a good weekend, a good week. Everyone is safe and healthy. And I will be here next week on Thursday. If you have any questions, you want to send them over to me, please do send us a message. If you want to reach out and schedule a consultation, I'd love to meet you one-on-one. We offer consultations over Zoom, phone call, in person if you're here in our area. We'd love to talk to you. So see you guys next week.